Listen and practice.
Some people think pets are just fun to play with, but pets can really help us in a lot of different ways. First, pets are great because they can get us to exercise more. By walking or running around with a dog every day, well, we're moving and using our muscles. It helps us stay healthy. Second, pets help us relax just by being with us and keeping us company. For example, playing with our cat can help us forget our problems. This is good because when we think too much about problems, we might get stressed out, and this is bad for our health. Third, by giving a pet to an elderly person, we can make that person feel happier. That's because elderly people feel lonely sometimes, and pets can be their friends. Last but not least, having pets allows us to learn about animals firsthand, not just from books or TV. Playing with them and taking care of them properly make it easier to understand them. This is useful because we have to learn about animals at school too.
Listen and practice.
My name's Dahlia, and I was born in 1971 in Los Angeles. But my family moved to San Francisco when I was 5 years old. I started school in San Francisco. That was in 1976. Then I stayed in San Francisco until I went to college. I went to college in New York because it's such a cool city. I finished my degree in 1993. After that, I lived in different cities around the world for a few years. I got my first job in 1996. I worked for a bank in New York. I didn't like that job very much, but I met my husband at the bank. We got married in 2004. Now we live in New Jersey, and we're very happy. We had our first child, our daughter, in 2008. She's called Bethany, and she's very beautiful.
Listen and practice.
My name's Arno. I was born in the small town of Monville in Canada in 1971. My family moved to the U.S. when I was 3 years old. That was in 1974. I started school in 1975. It was a great school. I loved English and drama. I started college in 1989, and I studied drama. I acted in my first film in 1991. It was a thriller. In 1993, I visited lots of different countries. I backpacked to lots of amazing places. I moved to the UK in 1995 to teach drama. I really enjoy teaching my students and running our small theater.
Listen and practice.
One day, Simon's mother asks him what he wants to do when he grows up. "Save the world," he says. His mother smiles and says, "I'm glad to hear that. But can you save your world first?" "What?" asks Simon. "Clean up your room. Can you do that?" says the mother. "Yes, I can," says Simon.
Listen and practice.
There once was a place where everyone wanted money, but no one liked to work. Slowly, farmers stopped growing things too. Soon, there was very little food. People had lots of money, but there was almost no food to buy. Everyone was going hungry. They asked each other, "Why has money become worthless? What should we do? We are hungry, and we really need to eat." One man said, "I have gold, but I can't eat gold." "That's right. We have gold and we have money, but we cannot eat these things. We need food." "What shall we do?" said another. An old man stood up and said, "Go back to the land. We must never forget where our food comes from. It comes from the earth and from all the hard work of farmers." The people saw how wrong it was to think that money is the most important thing.
Listen and practice.
When it's time to sleep, you go to bed and lie down. Soon you fall asleep. But not all animals are like that. Horses, for example, can stand while they sleep. Isn't that strange? How do they do that? It's all in the horse's knees. A horse can lock its knees so it does not fall down. Isn't that amazing? Yes, horses can sleep standing up without falling over.
Listen and practice.
When we are too hot, we can use a fan to cool down. Most importantly, our body has a natural way of staying cool. When we feel hot, we sweat. How can a dog cool down on a hot day? A dog can jump in the water. A dog can sit under a tree. What else does a dog do? A dog can pant, which is a short and quick breath to let heat out through its tongue. Why do they do this? Dogs cannot sweat.
Listen and practice.
Long ago, there was a king who had a beautiful robe, but the robe was too long. An old man was asked to cut the robe to fit the king. The man was scared and nervous. He quickly measured the king. Then he cut the beautiful cloth. But to everyone's surprise, the cloth was now too short. The king was furious. He ordered the man to spend the rest of his life in jail. The lesson to learn is measure twice and cut once.
Listen and practice.
Billy does not like walking to school. Why? On his way to school, Billy has to walk past a big, angry dog. It really scares Billy. When Billy tells his mom about the dog, his mom has an idea. She goes with Billy to the house where the dog lives. They ask the man if he can keep his dog inside. The man agrees. Now Billy loves walking to school and he is not afraid anymore.
Listen and practice.
Water is a strange thing. You can put water in a glass and drink it, or use it to wash your hands. If you put water in a freezer, it will change. It will become ice. Ice is cold and hard, but it is still water. Isn't that amazing? Put water in a pot and heat it up. It changes again. It comes out as wet, hot air. It is now called steam. Water can take on many different shapes and forms, but it is always water.